for a special Amazing Race recap show. We're going to break down everything that you guys missed or watched on the last episode of Amazing Race so that you're all caught up for the next episode of Amazing Race. But Eric, we're too many episodes behind. That's okay. You can check out all of our previous Amazing Race shows at yourrealityrecaps.com. You can check out our Big Brother content there, John's Bravo shows there, Survive. It's all there, is the point. It's all there. But if you want to see us do these shows live, make sure you become a fan at yourrealityrecaps.com/YouNow with shoulders. You now, you get alerted every time we go live, hang out and chat, ask your questions. You can subscribe there to get instant access to all of our shows. And as an exclusive for you Now people, you get John's cooking show. Just for the You Now subscribers. Of course, you can become a patron at yourrealityrecaps.com/patron. Patrons get access to the weekly only patron shows, patron group, prize giveaways just for patrons, and of course, after shows with house guests and Big Brother Canada is over. But we still have a few more house guests to get on, and Big Brother 21 is starting soon. You can also do a one-time donation at yourrealityrecaps.com/PayPal to help kick us off as we head into our Big Brother 21 season. And finally, thumbs up and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Click that bell, leave a comment below, 5-star rating and a nice review in iTunes is great free ways to help. Now, let me all take you on a trip to Hawaii with Comedy Jonah.
Hey, everybody. Look, I'm wearing my lobster shirt. Do you know why, Eric? Because you're my lobster.
To never touch your nipples on the show again.
My nipples are down here. I was rubbing up here where my heart is. Both my hearts.
I may have gone to Catholic school, ergo not learned anything scientific, but I do know for a fact that your heart is here. These are called moobs.
I have such a big heart, I needed 2 hands.
If you have a big heart, that's a medical condition. Ask me how I know.
It's a metaphor? Okay.
Ask me how I know. Look, I want to apologize to everyone. I know a lot of people were expecting the show yesterday. Turns out, a basement flooded with water. That's not a, what is that called? Innuendo.
It's okay, or you're cutting corners and you need to just do things right the first time.
It's not my fault the drain outside got clogged.
Somebody's house needs a little maintenance.
It does need a little maintenance, which is why we need patrons at yourrealityrecaps.com/patron or be a one-time blah, 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 blah. No, I said to somebody, my basement flooded, and they said, "You're not a girl." And I went, "What?
What does that even mean?"
That's what I was asking you what the word meant. It's an innuendo. You can figure it out. Think about it. My basement flooded.
Okay. Ew.
I don't know. I don't know girl things. Anyway, John.
I don't know girl problems.
Well, we need to get involved in girl problems because I think they could have called this episode Girl Problems.
Yeah, or Riley's sister problems.
Riley's sister problems, girl problems, problems all around on this episode.
All around. Of
Amazing Race, which, you know, the teams are off to Switzerland.
So amazing.
More specifically, they're off to Zuckalumpullerblur.
Looking, friend.
First of all, why are they going to Switzerland and not doing anything that involves hot chocolate, hot Swiss men?
Right.
We'll get
Swiss cheese?
Swiss cheese. Look, we'll get to Sebastian, but I have a problem with him too. All right, doesn't even matter. Teams are off to Switzerland, of course. Tyler and Corey are off first. Colin and Christy second. But this leads me to my first question for you, John, and for chat. We find out that Christy has a magic medallion. that she's now wearing because they have to do a sidetrack, a sideway, a pit stop, a zergablurg. What is that? A detour. A speed bump is the word I'm looking for. I've been bailing water out all night. I don't know where the fuck I am.
It's fine. I've been drinking it too. So, yes. So, I don't know what the Swiss term is for detour, but yes. So, she's wearing
Speed
a
bump.
little pendant.
She's wearing a little pendant. And I was wondering, do you have any magic medallions? Or chat, do you have any magic medallions? Or people that are watching this back later, comment below. Let us know. So, John, what's your magic medallion?
Do you want me to run and get it really quick?
Yeah, go. Oh, you really have one?
Yeah.
Okay, so now while John is going to get that, let's notice how disgusting his bed looks today. And by the way, if you guys are listening to the audio-only version of this on iTunes after the fact, you're really missing out on the video version on our website or the video feed on iTunes. Did you know we have video feeds and audio feeds on iTunes? We do. Anyway, for those of us watching, looks like a blue unicorn threw up on John's bed. Oh no, he's back.
And I heard that.
Okay, now what is this medallion?
So this is called like a tiger's tooth. This is a Native American necklace. And I forgot what this is called, but before there was money, this was currency.
Now, is this from the time when you pretended to be Native American?
No, it's when I'm registered Native American. This was made by someone in our tribe.
What's your tribe's name, John?
Siletz Indians. Confederated Tribes of Siletz of Oregon.
John Richardson, true or false? Then you had a 24andMe test done and found out you were 0 parts Indian.
I actually had the Ancestry one done and found out I was more.
Okay, well, this is an update for me. We're all learning something on this show.
And this is a medicine man shaman necklace. That brings me good luck. And it's got all kinds of, berries and teeth and coins and shells. So watch out, Curto. Don't make me mad.
There's teeth
Powerful.
On that?
Yes.
Well, I see why that's good luck, because if you wore that, no one's coming near you.
See? Here's a claw of some ancient bird.
Okay, I'm so glad I asked this question.
What else do you want me to go get?
Yeah, can you make medicine? Maybe 420 in the chat wants to know, can you make medicine since you're a medicine man now?
I'm not. It's a medicine man shaman necklace, but I'm not a medicine man. No,
you are not a medicine man.
No, I would be more of the veterinarian of the tribe because I'm so good with animals.
Miss Janny Talley says, "I love that John could get that in an instant." Now, I'm glad you asked me about my good luck necklace. It was very nice of you. Thank you. So, I don't really believe in good luck things. I just have a voodoo doll, which I use.
Is that a Wonder Woman symbol on it? Is that me?
This is a heart. It is actually not you.
Okay.
This is not you. I believe it is Maximus' mom at the moment.
Ooh, I saw the tweet from you guys earlier.
But that is what I like to carry on, hold on to, is a bad luck charm.
Of course, and traditions are important and they should be kept.
Yes, and I'm carrying on the voodoo witch doctor traditions.
And I will be your sidekick medicine man.
Perfect.
Who can't make any medicine.
Oh, perfect. BB Boston says, I crochet voodoo dolls. I don't know what kind
we have a whole team of people that should not mess with us.
And yet we're really doing great in life. So we find out that Rachel now in the beginning of this episode, we find out that Rachel is set to make amazing race history. If she survives the leg of this race, she will be tied with other people like the Cowboys and other names that have done 31 legs of this race.
But will be the first female, right?
First female.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's amazing. Amazing race. Amazing.
It's me, Renee says, the largest bucket of tears shed during the race. Quite possibly. And now this, see, like, for me, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Chad, or in the comments, or John, I feel like this episode had so little of the racing element of the show. I feel like it was all about the Rachel and Nicole situation. I feel like took up more than half this episode, and it kind of kicks off here in the start where we see Team Fun just drinking beers, like, ooh, we're hanging out and we're drinking beers, and then the Afghanimals come along and they're like, hey, who should we target? Who should we work with? And then Rachel and Alyssa.
But they both, Team Fun and the Afghanimals, were just starting to talk crap on the Riley sisters as they go, hey, hi, we're here, hi.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
I was literally going to tweet out, and I forgot, they're friends in real life. Like, they live by each other, I believe. I know they hang out and do stuff together.
Of course Rachel and Alyssa are friends.
No.
We've known that for a while.
Jamal and Leo, Rachel, and Rachel. I don't think so much Alyssa, because she thinks she has most of her time in Canada. But they're friendly in real life. So I don't think they were really talking crap on them. And I think that is why Leo and Jamal were wanting to make this alliance, and quite possibly even thought, we can bring Team Fun into this for Rachel and Alyssa. So then, like you said, Rachel and Alyssa come in. Go ahead. What were they like when they come in?
Oh my God, we're here. Hi guys, oh, we're here. Hi.
And then we find out everyone wants to U-turn Nicole and Victor or Colin and Christy.
Well, the discussion was, who are the strongest teams? Who are the ones that are going to be tough to beat?
Right.
And Nicole and Victor's name was brought up, and Colin and Christy. And, we saw the Riley sisters kind of, do it like, a twin take. What? And go, oh my God, they're in our alliance. We can't do that.
Well, I want to know how you feel. What would you have done in Rachel and Alyssa's situation?
I put my necklace on.
What would you have done in Rachel and Alyssa's situation?
The exact same thing.
Right. I agree. That is what you would have done. I mean, it's interesting to see these kind of like Big Brother-esque moves being brought into Amazing Race, but I don't think anything really is off limits. So basically, Rachel is upset because she feels like she made a pact with Team Big Brother. And so she did. And so on the plane, which we did not see flying over, Rachel just kind of warns Nicole and Victor, hey, the other teams want to come after you. You really need to get to that U-turn first and U-turn people. I think that's what I would have done too.
Well, I mean, I would have done what they did at the table. Like, I hadn't gotten that far. So they're having beers with Team Fun, the Afghanimals. Oh, we think they're the strongest teams. If any of us get a U-turn, we should definitely use it on them because they're both strong teams, which they both are strong teams. And the Riley sisters do have a Big Brother alliance with Nicole and Victor.
Yeah.
But I think somehow between the table with beers and the plane, things got construed between the Riley sisters and Nicole and Victor because, as we saw, Big Brother people don't normally don't really get along very well.
I don't know if that's true necessarily. I mean,
You sure? Like, I didn't feel a lot of trust from Nicole and Victor to Rachel.
no, well, let's talk about it. So that happened on the plane.
Yeah.
That's all we know. They just let us know this happened off camera. The plane touches down. Now the team's got to get to the train. So everyone, once again, equalizer.
Right.
Everyone is caught up. Your stupid plane flight doesn't matter. Where you sat on the plane doesn't matter. You're all freaking caught up.
Right.
They all get on the train, and then Nicole and Victor decide to confront Rachel and Alyssa.
Well, they take them kind of aside and say, listen, there are some teams, a couple teams that have mentioned your name as far as being a strong team and may want to sideswipe you, U-turn, whatever the phrases that we're using or they're using.
U-turn.
So you may want to just make sure you get to that first. And then Victor starts to ask, well, which teams? And the Riley sisters say, well, we don't really know. And then Victor, well, why don't you know? If you heard it, you were right there. And they said, well, our backs were to them. And that's where I think things started to get a little muddy, shall we say.
I mean, sure, because Rachel and Alyssa, it is not a good spot to be in. It is not a good spot to be in of, I'm trying to protect the Big Brother team that I said I would have an alliance with.
Does alliance mean protecting, or does it mean we won't U-turn you, you don't U-turn us, but we don't know if anybody else is going to get you?
I mean, that's kind of a shady alliance.
But also, isn't it kind of the same situation like you and your best friend, and then you find out your best friend's spouse cheats on them, or you've seen it and you know it? Do you tell your best friend? What kind of position does that put you in? Are they going to believe you or not believe you? Do you know what I mean?
No, I do know what you mean. What would you do in that situation?
I would stay in my own lane.
So you would not tell your friend that his partner was cheating on him.
Oh, I would, yeah, because I would have taken pictures. I wouldn't have told Nicole and Victor is what I meant.
You wouldn't have told Nicole and Victor, but I wanted to know, because you just brought up as your example, would you tell your friend if you knew the spouse was cheating?
Oh, it's so hard. I've never been in that situation.
What do you think you'd do?
Oh, I think I would just, with all this reality TV I watch, I'd probably just jump in it and tell them and just get crap for it.
Okay, then there's something I have to talk to you about after this show. You really made me work for that one. So, yes, Nicole and Victor are kind of like, how do we know you don't want us to do your dirty work for you? How do we know, Rachel and Alyssa, what you're saying is the truth?
I mean, what we know is that anything that anyone's done in the Big Brother house does carry over to another reality show like Amazing Race, because, Rachel's clever and smart. And so how does Nicole and Victor know if they're doing their dirty work or not? They weren't convincing. The Riley sisters weren't convincing as actresses, because when they hesitated, well, we had our backs to them. We didn't hear who said it. What do you mean? They weren't very convincing. So you could just read it all over their face. So I think Nicole and Victor had every right to be suspicious, right?
No. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I get what we're saying. Because if we were playing Big Brother, 100%, Nicole and Victor should verify the information. If this is the game of Big Brother, then that to me would make more sense about them verifying it. Whether it's, true or not true is kind of a little bit irrelevant in, oops, we lost John, hold on. Whether it is true or not true is kind of irrelevant in, let's say, this situation. I'm actually going to wait for John to come back. How is it possible that he's calling me while I'm calling him? All right, hold on. We'll wait for John to come back. Just when I thought it was going to be such an easy show to have. You know, you don't have to hang up just because you disagree with me. Okay,
I
you
don't
back?
want to hear that crap.
Are you back? Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so my point that I was making, I would agree with you, but I don't, if it was Big Brother, it would make sense. But this is Amazing Race, and I feel like Rachel's history in Big Brother is not one of lying and manipulating people. Rachel has always played an honest and fair Big Brother game. She's not been about like lying and backstabbing people. She's always been like, it's me and Brennan, I'm coming after you. Nicole, you floaters. Nicole, who I would like to point out, I've said wonderful things about this entire season. Nicole, people call her a snake because of how she played Big Brother. She's snaky. She's manipulative. That's how she played Big Brother.
So that's why she took it wrong, because she's snaky.
Yeah.
And said, you know, I don't want to do your dirty work.
Yeah, I think that's exactly why.
Now, with the experience I've had with the Riley sisters, if it was you and I in Nicole and Victor's place, I would not trust Rachel.
You would trust Nicole?
No, I would trust Colin and Christine more.
Would you trust me?
Barely.
Good answer, because guess what? I've been working with Rachel the whole time. You've been evicted. Welcome our new co-host, Rachel. I get it. I get it. It's just my favorite part of that whole argument was when Rachel was like, don't be a victim. She's like, don't be a victim, Nicole. And then she goes, your brand is watching. Like, she called her back. Nicole, come here. Nicole, your brand is watching. I died. I literally picked up my phone and I just texted Rachel, death emoji, death emoji, death emoji.
I died too. And I was like, oh my God, the Big Brother people really don't like each other. Or some of them.
I wouldn't say they all don't like each other. I would say people have a good pulse on who people are.
Well said.
There's a good pulse on who these people are. It's funny people on Twitter think she meant Nicole's fans, not her Instagram ads. Yeah, I mean, the way that I took it is, I think a big complaint that people have about Nicole is that her Instagram is just Instagram ads. Like, she's just selling stuff to fans. She doesn't really interact with them. So I thought that's what Rachel was referencing when she said that. Like, all of your brands on Instagram are watching you right now.
Well, I meant like her brand and how she thinks she is, because her Instagram is all about selling other products.
Yeah.
She doesn't interact a lot with fans on Twitter. I haven't seen a lot, or maybe she does now. I haven't been on her Twitter in a while. So,
well, obviously,
and we saw her in person, or we had her for that weekend, and it was the same way in person too. So,
I don't ever speak of those days anymore. Here's what I said in trying to do my due diligence for this show. I mean, obviously Nicole has me blocked. But I asked people, I said, is Nicole and Victor tweeting out this season? Are they like, you know, what is their viewpoint? Because obviously I have a direct line to what Rachel's thinking. I'm wondering what Nicole and Victor are thinking. So what I was told, for those of you interested, Nicole and Victor actually do a podcast about The Amazing Race. Every week they do a podcast about, I guess, what that week's episode was about. And sometimes they interview the evicted team, maybe? I mean, I haven't heard it, but if you guys are Nicole and Victor fans, you should totally check it out.
Yeah, let us know if it's good.
I would, I kind of think I know what it could be like. Do you want to be Victor? Do you want to be Victor?
Yeah, that's sure.
Okay. Hi. Hold on. It takes me a minute to get there.
So,
hold on. It takes me a minute to get there.
This last episode was a really close one, baby. We got it. We got it this one.
I can't do it. It takes me a minute to get there.
Run.
Okay, got
baby,
it.
run.
Victor. Victor.
I'll carry your backpack. Run.
Victor.
Run. Run.
Victor.
Run.
That's all I can say is Victor. Corey. Victor. We're married now.
Run.
Victor.
Corey's gone. How dare you say that name in my presence? Run.
Victor. I can't. What noise does a snake make? Oh, that wasn't a snake. That was something else.
I don't know where you watch.
My favorite part, as if your brand isn't watching anybody, as if it...
What is her brand?
We don't know. But as if
Rachel, what's her brand?
What's Rachel's brand? Being a mom?
I said, Rachel, what is her brand? Nicole's. Rachel, what is Nicole's brand?
Okay, you want me to ask her. You broke up. You froze.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, I didn't get your question. What do you want me to ask?
Oh, I was just being funny, saying, Rachel, what is her brand?
Oh, got you. Right. As if that wasn't good enough. I still don't get it. As if that wasn't good enough, then we move over to the prayer circle, where Colin and Christy have decided to lead everyone in a group meditation of love that Rachel and Alyssa walk in on. And that was by far probably my favorite moment of the episode. When Rachel was like, I don't want to hold her hand. When Rachel was like, nope, I don't want to hold her hand. I lost it. I
want to hold your hand right now and do a prayer circle.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, do it. Why aren't we praying?
Okay. So I just want, blessings for... Oh, you're not holding my hand.
I can't find your hand.
It's right here.
Go ahead.
Just hold my little pinky. Okay.
Little pinky.
Just blessings for your flooded house. May it dry out as much as your personality. And just have a great weekend.
Thanks. That was really sweet of you.
You're welcome.
It's very sweet. Do you want to bless the chat or something too? Do you want to give a little well wish to the chat?
The chat. Namaste, guys. We love you so much.
Namaste, unless you're Maximus' mom, then I wish you would not stay.
I love you, Maximus' mom.
Side note, did Princess Glammy drunk call you last night?
Yes.
Somebody was like, Princess Glammy is drunk tweeting and saying that she's talking to John and misses you.
She did. And I was on the phone with her husband, and he's a cutie pie too. And in fact, he was talking about how he wanted to bring back the cutoff high jean shorts with the long white socks, like in the late 70s.
Yeah, it sounds like a real riveting.
Send me a picture.
Sounds like a riveting conversation. Anyway, just another reason you all should be following Comedy Joan and I on social media. So Rachel being like, I don't want to hold her hand. And then holding her hand and just everyone's eyes are closed and Rachel's like, I would have mean mugged her too. Anyway, over to the next challenge, which, unlike the trickery of the last leg, is actually going to be a bungee jump. They are actually going to bungee jump this time.
In this quarry.
Corey is going to jump in a quarry.
Corey's jumping in a quarry, yeah.
Right, because Tyler and Corey got there first. Well, I mean, to be fair, they had to take the helicopter ride first, so, whatever.
Amazing.
Look, there are not many places that I feel like, I want to see that in the world. This episode made me want to see Switzerland.
Absolutely. Me too.
I think it looks beautiful.
Oh, the Swiss men.
Well, we're gonna get to our friend Sebastian. So Tyler and Corey get there first, followed by the Afghanimals. Colin and Christy all are kind of arriving, and they have to do the bungee jump. I have to say, John, this is one of those moments where this is why I knew I would never do Amazing Race. I don't care. You never would have gotten me off that ledge.
Why? I mean, even Nicole did it.
I gotta say, I was on Nicole's side for that. I mean, and if she's a better person than me, I would not have been able to jump. I would not have. And by the way, this is shocking. I was actually crying when she jumped. I found that whole jumping off that thing to be very emotional because I know I would not be able to do it. Watching the people do it and flying through the air, it just seems like an unclimbable mountain for me. And just to watch people doing that, why are you laughing at me?
Because you're not climbing the mountain, you're jumping off the mountain.
I'm swinging around the mountain.
Is it your special time of the month? Something that seems very emotional.
I wonder what I've been dealing with. Nicole
all
was...
that paling water.
Nicole was pushed, says Becca.
And all that water you had to pail for 4 hours yesterday made you emotional.
Yep, this was before that. This was even before that happened. I still found it very... Actually, you know what? I don't think that's true. I think it did start that night, actually.
Well, I would, of course, if it was you and I know I'd be the one doing it. And I would be nervous at first, but knowing the fact that I have all these harnesses and stuff, that there's all of these balances, like it would be scary for a moment, but then I would like it. So it wouldn't last forever.
You are jumping off of something on a rubber band. There's no harnesses. That
Many rubber bands. Harnessed. It's so many things harnessed to them if you looked closely that, it was fine.
Harnesses can break. That one little circle ring that's holding you on breaks.
But then there was one to the side, too. There was
good.
Different safety things.
So when that one breaks, then your whole body flips to the side, then you get whiplash and smash your head on the rock, and you're just in a coma for the rest of your life, but you're not totally dead.
But you got $1 million.
Why? It's not fun. There is zero reason we as humans need to jump off 1 million feet in the air, get real close to the ground, and get pulled back up. There's not a reason for it.
Well, see, this didn't seem as big, as long as maybe like some of those ones you see like on YouTube where they're jumping off a bridge and it's just they're falling. It seemed like a little fall, and then you're just swinging and across, and
even worse.
I thought it would be so much fun, and if Alyssa can do it, come on, Alyssa.
Just get like a sex swing for your bedroom and call it a day. You don't need to try and kill yourself.
You have one, so it's good.
Yeah, Nicole. Like you said, could not do it, but overcame her fear. I thought that was amazing. Good for Nicole there. And then we get to the detour, which is water power or water down. Now, water power, you had to ride a train up a mountain and read the city names and put them all in order. Or water down was you had to rappel down this mountain and go through a little obstacle course. Chat, which one would you have done? Commenters after the fact, which one would you have done? And John, which one would we have done?
I would have wanted to do the water down, but I know we would have done the water up or dam or whatever.
You are wrong. We would have done water down.
You would have done, but you were on a little zip line and had to let go into the water.
Okay, that was like a 3-foot drop. They were like 3 feet above the air. I'm fine with, up to 10 feet. That's fine.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Once we go above like 10 feet, then it's like, no, that was nothing. And that looked fun. And I have to say, just like Tyler and Corey, who had their instructor, Sebastian, I would have saw those instructor mans and been like, yep.
I thought they were going to, they ran right over there too. What was he, 6'4"?
And guess how tall I am? I tweeted Tyler and I was like, I'll put you in a harness any day, Tyler. Come on over, Tyler. I like them short. Here's my problem. Everybody over here is fawning over Sebastian, and like Sebastian is the hottest thing that came out of Switzerland. Sebastian is like dark brown hair, big beard, big burly men. I thought the whole thing about Swiss guys was they were like, blonde hair, blue eyes.
That's racist.
Is it? But I thought that's what Switzerland people were. That's racist
and stereotypical. And
what does the common Switzerland man look like?
You mean the stereotype?
Yeah, sure. That exists for a reason. Go ahead.
I don't accept stereotypes, so I wouldn't know.
I think I'm right. So I just thought it was interesting that there were no hot blondes in this scenario of watering down.
Just because you see Yolanda Foster on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills doesn't mean everyone looks like that, okay? Everybody has different colors of hair and skin all over the world.
Thank you very much, BB Boston, who is letting me know, yes, you're correct. It's blue eyes, blonde hair that you're thinking of in Switzerland. I'm just saying, I just wanted to see one blonde, blue-eyed, hot Swiss man.
The helicopter pilot had blue eyes.
Yeah, but he was a real uggo. Moving on. I wanted to see like a hot one. I don't know. What? Why are you making that face?
Because you're awful.
I don't even remember what he looked like. I just wanted to say uggo. So the Tyler and Corey, they pick Sebastian, they're off. The Afghanimals, they're like, we're not doing this. We're doing water power. Which then we find out is they're going up this mountain. All the town names are like Zooperplurb and Waterburger and
Mook and
Fluken. We find out they're thinking, we just have to remember the order that they're in, which is correct. But then they give them a bag with like 10 extra confusing names in the bag. I was a little surprised that the Afghanimals got it on their first try. Were you?
I definitely was, because they were just sitting there. It didn't seem like they really had a strategy. I mean, they started where you look at this side, you look at this side, and then they were, did you get it? Did you are you paying attention? What did you do? And then they got it right the first time. So yeah, it's the editing, just like you say. It's the editing.
And then we find out not only do they get it instantly, so like they're clearly done, but then they have to wait for the little trolley. That is where I would have lost my mind. If I would have done it that quickly and then had to come back and wait for that trolley, I would have lost my mind.
I would have started walking down the hill.
Yeah, I would have rolled down. Tuck and roll. What?
Well, with all that Swiss chocolate that we would be eating, we could both roll down the hill.
Yeah, I would have just rolled. I would have been like Oompa Loompa my way down that hill. I ain't got time for this
All
tramp.
that Swiss hot cocoa. Mm-hmm.
And I have to say, because, Nicole and Victor also catch up at this point now, and they decide we're also going to do the get on the trolley, I would have kind of been like Nicole, too. When she was going up that thing, she was like, I was afraid of heights. Corey, Victor, I was afraid of heights. I would have been afraid that was going to go barreling down.
You're messing me up. Stop talking. You're messing me up.
Yeah, just thought I would have been like, if we lose this is all your fault, Nicole, if we lose.
I think that, okay, between the thing with Rachel and Alyssa, with Nicole and Victor, to this point with the Afghanimals on the hill, I think... Nicole and Victor found out the Afghanimals was one of the teams talking to them, because when I think it was Leo who said, "Oh, you guys have to go over here to solve the puzzle," and she goes, "Are you sure? Is that the truth?" Like, she was questioning him, thinking he's trying to mislead.
Yes, trying to mislead, as if they have ever misled them before.
Well, I think Rachel and Alyssa confessed and said it was Team Fun and the Afghanimals who mentioned your name, and you should be expecting a U-turn.
So you think that was what caused Nicole's suspicion at that point?
I think Nicole was suspicious, and I think as we start to go more through the episode and them not really being concerned with time is kind of what happened, right?
Well, we're at the end of the episode. So, like you said, Nicole and Victor.
Well, Nicole and Victor, were lost and everything else, but they weren't concerned too much about time, because when they got to the match, they even said it. We were expecting this U-turn this whole time,
right,
and there wasn't any in this leg of the race.
Right. I mean, before they get there, we have the Rachel and Alyssa and the Chris and Brett kind of battling each other for what they're believing at this point is that last place spot. They're both going through power, watered down, going through the cars. Of course, Rachel and Alyssa are ahead of them, but not by much. They still both make it to the cars at the same point.
But then started following Chris and Brett because they didn't know where they were going.
Now, is that a good move? How do you handle that situation?
Listen, I thought Rachel was absolutely correct in that, because, up until a certain point, it's like, well, we don't know where we're going. We don't have a map, so just follow them. They're both fat. We can help.
She did not say they were both fat. She did not say they were both fat.
And, just keep up. Run them off the road if you have to, but they're fatties and we can outrun them should we have to park and run.
Yeah, I agree. I thought that was brilliant strategy by Rachel. Stay behind and know that you can outrun them.
Until she sees Chris pull over and asks for directions and goes, "What?"
Now, here's what I thought. Here's how I would have played that. Like, if we were in their position, I would have had you get out to get the directions, and while you were getting the directions, because we would have been behind them, that is when I would have blocked them in. I would have literally took my car and parked it right in front of them, so that they weren't getting anywhere until you got back with the directions, and then we were ahead of them. That's how I would have played that.
Oh, yeah. People talk about, Alyssa and Rachel are kind of being dirty. Oh, you and I would be dirty.
Oh, I'd be super dirty.
We would be so dirty.
Especially if Nicole and Victor were playing, I would be like, yodelay-hee-hoo, townsfolk throw tomato at little blonde girl.
Yeah, yodelay-hee-hoo.
They would have been like going up on that thing. I would have been like cutting links to like that little metal thing as they're going up. Been like, sorry, casualties.
Oops, I guess tires are flat.
I'm taking one for the Big Brother community.
Flashing their tires. It's sorry, Big Brother.
I would like collect ants when we go places, then I would just like let them loose on her bed at night.
Just in her hair as you walk by. Hey, girl.
Nair in the shampoos. And like, oh God, you sure you
But definitely lock the car. That's so smart. And then I would have jumped in it and we would have just taken off.
Yeah. I would have been like, you sure you want to be on TV without hair? Maybe you should just quit right now. It's gonna look weird. I don't think you have money for a wig. Just quit now. There is actually a wonderful extended scene, which I did not realize when I told you how, I would have these fun videos for us. Apparently, they only leave the videos up for like a few hours and then they pull them down. But it was like a fun scene of Rachel and Alyssa in this cosmetic store. And Alyssa wanted like a gold mask. She wanted one of those, like, and Rachel's like, we don't have money for that, Alyssa. And Alyssa's like, but I need it. And Rachel's like, but we need to eat. And Alyssa's like, then I won't eat. I want my gold face mask. And Rachel's like, we don't even have time to take a shower. It was so funny. I loved it. I thought it was great, but whatever. So, I mean, it was very tense. It was another moment when I texted Rachel, and God bless Rachel. She, I swear, will not spoil anything for me, because I literally texted her, because it went right to commercial. I went, I cannot stand it. Please tell me you're not getting eliminated. Because I said, I don't want to know anything. I don't want any spoilers, but I literally can't handle this stress. Were you eliminated? And she just replied, I'm not telling you.
Well, isn't she under contract? She can be sued for like $5 million.
Yeah, I know. That's why, obviously, she's not telling me. But I was having a panic attack, and I had the source on the other end of my phone.
Sounds like she doesn't trust you either.
That's okay. She doesn't have to. So, I don't know how, in this moment, I forgot about Nicole and Victor. So when I saw Rachel and Alyssa turn that corner, and I went, thank God Rachel and Alyssa are not evicted. And then I was like, oh, sorry, gay survivor guy, Brett.
Ginger,
whatever your names are.
Brett's the gay one. Chris is the ginger one.
Great. I feel bad for you guys. But then I remembered Nicole and Victor are not at the mat yet. And I went, did Rachel?
I was so...
did they just take them out of the game?
I know.
I was literally like, oh my God. And then Nicole and Victor get to the mat. And Phil starts with his, it's a hard race. It's a hard leg for you guys, huh? And I went, God, they're not eliminated. Because for the 9,000th time, if he doesn't start with, I'm sorry to tell you, been eliminated from the race, you are not eliminated. So the second he went into talking to them, I was like, oh.
But see, I forgot about your rule, and your rule is right, but you're so emotional and in the moment. I thought, oh my God, it doesn't matter how we've ever felt about them. They deserved to still be there. I was upset that they were last. I wasn't hearing the things I was supposed to hear the way I was supposed to, and I just thought, oh my God, they don't deserve this. They don't deserve it.
Okay, so let's be clear. You're saying Nicole and Victor do not deserve to be eliminated.
They didn't, no.
Okay, sir. What are you basing this case of yours on?
Because they've done so well in this race, and I think the way Rachel presented the U-turn and the teams kind of threw them for a loop. They thought they were just kind of waiting to get U-turned. So even though they were lost, they weren't really thinking about time until they finally just went to to see, to the mat with Phil and went, we got lost. Our timing was off because we kept thinking we were getting U-turned. All because Rachel said that.
Okay.
So I think I'm glad they didn't get eliminated. It was a tough lesson to learn, but I think they're both smart. I think they learned not to let that shit get under your skin and just ignore it. Ignore it.
Okay, so 2 questions. First, what did you think when Nicole, earlier, when they were doing the water down, when Rachel and Alyssa came over and gave Nicole a hug, and Victor was like, I'm not doing that. I didn't forget what they did. You agree with that?
Yeah. As far as trusting them, no. I mean, the way they were
that wasn't trust. That was giving a hug.
I don't want to hug people I don't trust.
It's $1 million. It's $1 million.
No, we don't have an alliance.
You're not going to... $1 million.
And then I'd be like, yeah.
$1 million. You're going to snub her?
Snub Rachel for $1 million? Why would it cost me $1 million?
Because you're just making the target that much better. Why would you not strategically want them to think, at least, there are no hard feelings, everything's okay? You're literally...
Right, just like Team Fun buying the Riley sister beers and going, hey, let's let bygones be bygones. Because you, Riley sisters, you turned us, but we're going to buy you a beer and say everything's okay. And as those two walked away from the table, went, oh yeah, we're going to U-turn them as any chance that we get. Yeah. I don't trust the Riley sisters, and I love the game they're playing, and we would be the same way.
Yes, we would definitely be the same exact way.
No ill judgment. No, I think it's hilarious to watch.
So let's talk about this argument now at the mat. Because, and here was the other point I wanted to make. I agree with you. Nicole and Victor deserve to be in the race more, in my opinion, than Chris and Brett.
Yes.
Hands down, Nicole and Victor should be there over Chris and Brett. I agree with that statement.
Yes.
Maybe even over Becca and Floyd, I could make the argument for it.
No, you can't.
I could.
You can't.
Other than that, no. They're not one of the best teams. I think Tyler and Corey are. Rachel and Alyssa are. Colleen and Christy are. Leo and Jamal are. If I was picking my favorite teams.
Well, no, and I mean... Yeah, I think the only case I could make with Colin and Christine is that Colin is his namaste and is just a little too much. I almost miss the hothead that I'm seeing in previews of his last season.
Yeah, I keep waiting for us to get it, and I almost have a feeling we're not going to get it. And it's really disappointing. I just keep going,
and he's like, let's all meditate. I'm like, no.
Yeah, it's becoming really disappointing. So basically, Rachel and Nicole now really get into it on the mat because, Nicole isn't having a really hard day. And Phil, I don't want to fight. And I'm just saying, I didn't try to hurt anybody's feelings. So I don't know what you're doing, Rachel.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the mean words you're saying. It doesn't matter.
I just was having a bad day.
Oh, we're terrible people.
When Rachel...
yeah.
When Rachel didn't miss a beat and goes, Nicole, you're not a victim. Oh my God. It's literally as if you could have picked us up. It's literally like for those people that were like, what was that like when you were at that premiere party? Just put Rachel in. Rachel was me, Nicole was Nicole, and that was it. I died. I Phil is just standing there like, this is why we made this a non-elimination leg. Good job, producers. Good job, everyone. We want more of this.
Producers, good job. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up, everybody. Good you guys knew that was going to be what was going on here. But
winter's coming, yeah.
I'm not denying that Nicole and Victor, I understand where Nicole and Victor are coming from. I understand the whole, yes, we should probably question what's happening. My only comment on that is this isn't a game where it really matters if it's true or not. I mean, yes, it matters if people are against you, but people are always against you. You're always racing not to be last. So it doesn't really matter. You always want to get to that U-turn before the other teams anyway. Rachel and Alyssa really were just trying to let you know you're on the radar for some other teams. So I really feel
right, but I think that if the Riley sisters were honest about how they actually got the information and didn't look like bad actresses, I think maybe Victor would have believed them more. But when they said, no, we just heard your name, our backs were to them. That's what Alyssa said. I started laughing, going, yeah, Alyssa is so funny that she could just blurt this stuff out and just sit there with just staring right at him.
Yeah, I guess I agree with you in the sense that if they were more honest on how it came across, maybe it would be more believable. But I mean,
you are my alliance. Why can't I be completely honest with you? It just sounded suspicious.
It is one of those fascinating things of, how well can you actually work with someone that you don't trust?
Right. Look at us all these years later.
I know, we're still here, separated by half a country. I'm obviously so on Rachel's side on the whole entire thing. I think at the end of the day, and I don't want to come across as someone who is taking away from what I think is a very successful season for Nicole and a very good edit for Nicole. And I see some people that will say, oh, Victor's doing it all. I disagree with that. I actually enjoy that I'm watching Nicole actually being the one to complete legs of the challenge and win it and not rely on Victor. I enjoy seeing that. That is huge growth for her. That is steps forward.
I agree. And I think they work really well together, which says, you know what? I think their relationship seems really solid and I'm really happy for them.
Right. Now, on the flip side, I think it was just too emotional and I can't even handle it, crying on the mat is going 3 steps back to the Nicole that people were not a fan of on Big Brother.
Making the excuse of the U-turn. You don't worry about a U-turn. You were lost. Stop making the excuse that we were trying to think we were going to be U-turn and we were just waiting. Where were you waiting? Lost in a car on the side of the road? You weren't waiting for it. It just never happened.
Right, exactly. And maybe later, the next time she goes on the race, I'm going to put all of my voodoo doll pins into her leg.
And I'm going to have my necklaces. Tung ching lang tang chong ling ling dong ding dong dong ding ding ding.
Pretty sure that was super racist. So anyway,
put a spell on you.
You need to put a spell on people to wipe their memories of that. No. All of that aside, next week looks amazing. We find out that, and here was the way that I knew Rachel was not eliminated, though. I remembered in the beginning of this season when they showed the supercut of the season, I remembered them saying, and now it's time for the U-turn vote. And I remember Rachel and Alyssa standing there in the edit. So I'm like, well, that didn't happen yet. So clearly Rachel and Alyssa are not being evicted this episode or eliminated this episode. So, from how I understand what is going to happen based on that preview, all the teams are going to get together, and then they're all going to collectively vote on who to eliminate.
Ooh.
And I loved when Rachel looked at all them in that preview and went, it's $1 million. And that's true. These other teams are stupid, and obviously we'll discuss what we would have done in our next show. But if all these teams don't vote out a strong team here, it's going to be a horrific
Then
move.
They don't deserve it. They don't deserve it.
Well, I'm going to ask chat for your prediction, John for your prediction, and the people in the comments below, if when you're watching this back later, who do we think will be the team that gets voted home? My vote. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I want you pick first.
I think it's going to be Colin and Christy.
You think Colin and Christy will be the team that gets sent home?
Mm-hmm.
I'm torn between Colin and Christy and Nicole and Victor, so I think, since you pick Colin and Christy, I will say Nicole and Victor. But I agree, I believe it will be one of those two teams, which is the team that they're getting voted out. Chat, I'm seeing Becca and Floyd, Rachel and Alyssa, sadly Rachel and Alyssa, Nicole and Victor, Nicole and Victor. Well, I think Amazing Race loves to do a tricky edit, and I think the fact that they built it up to make it seem like it's going to be Rachel and Alyssa is exactly why it won't be. Anyway, John, I'm going to eliminate you from this show right now because I got a basement to keep sucking water out of. Tell the people where they can find you. Tell the people where they can find you on social media.
Everywhere at Comedy Jonah.
Okie dokie. Goodbye, and I hope you have better Wi-Fi next week. Bye. Bye. Okay, that was such a fun Amazing Race recap show. Okay, you now people, don't go anywhere. Just we'll have a little after show here for everyone watching on You Now. But, for the people watching this back later on YouTube, again, I say, don't forget, thumbs up and subscribe, click that bell, leave a comment below, 5-star rating or a nice review if you are listening or watching on this on iTunes. And if you want to see all of our reality TV content, head over to yourrealityrecaps.com or become a fan over on YouNow if you want to watch us do these shows live at yourrealityrecaps.com/YouNow. Of course, you can also become a patron to help support our shows for exclusive access to patron-only shows, prize giveaways just for patrons, access to the patron-only Facebook group, or you could do a one-time donation at yourrealityrecaps.com/PayPal, or if you have any Amazon shopping to do, use our link, yourrealityrecaps.com/Amazon. We appreciate any of your free or financial support to help us going into Big Brother 21, which is starting in just 25 days. And of course, if you plan on buying the live feeds for Big Brother 21, please use our link, yourrealityrecaps.com/feeds. John and I will see you back here together on next Thursday at 7 p.m. Or if you are a Drag Race fan, John and I will be doing our finale recap of Drag Race on Monday night at 7 p.m. And John will be doing his Reality Bites, reality TV chat and cooking show on Tuesday at 8 p.m. I will see you guys all later. Bye for now, everybody. Bye.